baptism is important. Contrary to what some believe, the act of baptism doesn't ensure personal salvation with God. Baptism is intended as an important outward symbolism of an inward reality that has taken place in your heart. When you're baptized, whether it's with immersion or sprinkling, you're making a bold statement that you're identifying yourself with the person in whose name you are being baptized. Now, directly following his remarks on baptism, John uses the imagery of, he uses the term called a winnowing fork. Kind of an interesting term, but a winnowing fork was a tool used for tossing grain into the wind so that the chaff could be blown away, and it separated the good from the bad. The reason baptism, when rightly used, is so significant is that it separates people who are serious from those who are just pretenders. I love what Max Lucado, he's a great author, he says this: baptism separates the car buyers from the tire kickers. Here's something that I've found on a personal note. There's a great battle that goes on in the lives of every person who is ever considering baptism. The reason for this is because it's one of the first steps of active obedience that should follow our salvation experience. And sadly, people who put off baptism often struggle in obeying God in every other area of their life because they haven't obeyed that initial step of obedience. However, people who do take steps to be baptized often experience fresh breakthroughs because of their obedience to God. I encourage you to obey the words of Scripture today and consider baptism if you haven't already made that decision in your life.